All right, now. All right. So, hey guys. So, I'm so excited for these team Zooms. So, I will be going over Instagram. Um, I'll be going back and forth between there's some things I'll try to show you guys on my phone. If for those of you that are visual, and I'll be talking about pretty much all things regarding Instagram. I've been testing some stuff out with the algorithm and trying different things for the past couple months, and I have gotten some success from things that I've tried. So, yeah, I will be just sharing some of that stuff with you guys and going from there. So, okay, we're going to start and just talking about the profile, like your Instagram profile in general. So, when you go to your profile, first of all, your profile picture should be clear. It should be of you, of your face, a smiling picture. And then your bio, it should reflect you. I've heard from top leaders that we're kind of straying away from having emojis in the bio. And do not say anything about it works for Boss Babe, because, and I'll also kind of circle back to this when I get to expanding and stuff, but when people your bio is one of the first things they're going to read when people are adding you. And if they see something that says it works or boss bait or even things like mompreneur or entrepreneur, they're not going to add you back because they think they're going to get spammed or sold to, and that's not what people want. So for instance, I have on my profile, let me turn the brightness down. So if you guys can see that, kind of, maybe not, I don't know, but my profile picture is one of just a clear face of me smiling, and then my bio says, live fearlessly, love endlessly, wife, coffee obsessed, dancing queen, be bold in faith, becoming healthier day by day, and live your best life. So it has nothing, the fact that I'm, a business owner. It doesn't have any emojis in there, anything like that. So moving down on your profile, you have your highlight covers, and your highlight. So your highlights is highlights from your story. So when you're choosing your highlight covers, you want to pick patterns or colors that you wear often, so it all correlates and corresponds with your feed. So you want it to fit your personality and kind of use them as a guide for what you're wearing and stuff like that. For instance, a perfect example is Cheyenne Knox. If you guys have not looked at her Instagram, it is literally perfection, and I recommend doing it after this Zoom. And a lot of these tips I've gotten from her and other top leaders. She loves pink and loves cheetah print, and a lot of her highlight covers are cheetah print, are different shades of pink, and in every single post she either has some cheetah print on or something like that. And so then it all ties in together, from the highlight covers to what she's wearing in her post, and it all looks in sync. And that's something that is super, super important, because when you want your Instagram page, just like your Facebook page, but that's your storefront, so you want it to look as clean and cohesive as possible. Okay, and then so someone asked what highlights to have. Right now I have one that's my story. So I have my story with this business, and that's a highlight. And then I have one that's family, and I have some pictures and videos of my kids and my husband under that one, from stuff from my stories. I have one that's health. I think it's just labeled health, and it's different just different examples of me using the products and just in my everyday. And then I have one that's inspiration, and it's different quotes that I've posted on my stories. So to get the highlight pictures, the cover pictures, you will upload that picture to your story, and then you can go in and create that highlight and then edit highlight, and you can choose a picture that you archived from your story to be as a cover. Okay, so as far as post goes, so this is obviously kind of a personal preference thing. I have, like I said, you want your profile to be professional and clean, and that your profile is like kind of impressive, like, okay, hey, like, who is this chick? So I personally do not post selfies on, like, as a post on my Instagram, because selfies look a little bit just more like, they're just not as eye-catching, to say it that way. So I personally don't do selfies, because I feel like it kind of like, it just drags it away from, like, I'm wanting to look a little bit more like professional. Like, I want it to look from just the eye, just first glancing at my post, that, hey, this chick has a cool profile, looks like she kind of has her life together. I don't, but I want it to look that way from, like, first glance. So I personally don't post selfies on my page. And I know a lot of people that do that. Now, stories, that's where you see the everyday in the life messy bun. Like, I don't, that's where it's more like real, and where people like connect with me in that way, and like through my stories. And I've also noticed that my like selfies, they don't get as many likes as far as like if someone took a picture of you. So there's that. Again, same with the profile picture, your photos need to be clear, bright, and eye-catching. Here's the thing, guys, if it's dark or blurry or just kind of like a blah photo, to say the least, if it's not eye-catching, then no one's going to read your post. You could have the most amazing post in the entire world, but if the photo doesn't catch people's eye, no one's going to read it, besides maybe like your mom and your best friend. So you have to like examine your photo and make sure it is eye-catching. This is why, like, Cassie and I know, and some other people use presets to edit the pictures to make it look nicer. You just want to do everything you can to make it nice and eye-catching, so then the photo catches people's eye and then they read your post. If you can, just a little extra tip, if you can and you can swing it, professional photos, getting those done is huge. Branding, portrait style pictures. My best friend's a photographer, so I am lucky enough to have professional photos done often. But if there's a photographer in the area that you like and you can swing that, I definitely recommend it. It's obviously not something that's that's necessary, but it is helpful, because then I don't have to worry about going and taking a million pictures, because I have them done for me. If you don't want to do that, you can also get a tripod that you can, for your phone, that you can order off of Amazon. I know Cassie and Shannon has that for sure. Yeah, and you can do that besides getting professional photos done, and then you could like take pictures of yourself. So you have that. Okay, so kind of going into more detail about posting, and if I'm going too fast on anything, or if anyone is like confused on anything I'm saying, please just put it in the chat and I will answer any questions as I go. Okay, so posting. So I want everyone to write this down, and right after you get off, I know for sure it's with iPhone. Someone who has Android will have to let me know if it's for Android too, but there's this app called When to Post, and it is a game changer. So I have noticed that I was posting on Instagram every single day like I do on Facebook, and I was getting about an average of like 10 to 20, 25 likes per post. So not great. I was really, really want more than that. I watched a video of Cassie Montoya Instagram training, which she's a top income earner and she's incredible. And she only posts like 3-4 times a week. So I was like, okay. So this app, it connects to your Instagram and it tells you your top days to post and your top times to post. So my top 3 days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So I'm only posting to my feed on Instagram Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Now I'm still posting to Facebook daily, but I'm only posting to Instagram on my feed 3 times a week. And you guys, just from doing this past couple months, my likes went from average like 10 to 20 to average like range from like 30 to 55 likes per post, which has been huge. And just from just not posting every single day. So I highly, highly recommend to stop posting every day on Instagram, bring it down to like 3 to 4 times a week, download that app so you know your best days and your best times, and run with that. But that has been one of like the biggest game changers with me for Instagram lately. The weekdays with my posts, I try to keep them very light. I'll post a picture of something. Can you not try to flash me, please? Thank you. I try to post a picture of like maybe something I'm doing with friends or family, and you know, maybe a little life update or a quote, something very just like light and easy and minimal, but something that I know will probably bring a good amount of likes in. So maybe, you know, like my children always are, you know, great ones to get a lot of likes. So I might do a cute picture of this pretty girl with some kind of little quote about, you know, a girl or, you know, like being a mom or whatever, you know, and something that I know will drum up a lot of likes. In the week, I keep it more business related. And so with only posting on Instagram 3 times a week, I have noticed that the posts that I personally write out and I'm intentional with writing out get more likes. So with only posting, having those, you know, even just business related posts, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I can take time throughout the week to write out a post to like be intentional about posting it. And that has been huge too, you guys. So timeline, like I said, I only post 3 times a week. However, my stories, I am posting daily. So stories, I am posting throughout my entire day. And that has been huge too. So my views and my interaction on my stories has grown because I'm posting from the time when I get up, do random updates in the middle of the afternoon and before I go to bed. I'm, you know, sharing, you know, things with mixed in there with kid stuff. I'm throwing in the products that I'm using. I show my skinny coffee every single day. I post a lot of stuff about the skincare too. I'm starting to be active and going to the gym. I'm starting to be active and going to the gym, and I will post stuff about that in my stories as well because I want people invested in my story and my journey. And so I'm not just posting product stuff in my stories, although it is mixed in there, but I'm mixing in there with my life and posting it throughout the day so they're constantly updated. And when you post your stories throughout the day, your story is going to constantly stay on the front of people's like story highlight reel. So they're constantly seeing your stuff. And, you know, putting different polls in there, everything, it's huge. So does anybody have any questions on profile/posting? Yeah, you can buy highlights for highlight covers on Etsy. I also saw some on Pinterest. So you can probably Pinterest Instagram highlight covers and find some too if you wanted to do that. I also just typed in cute like background pictures on Pinterest and found a few that I liked and saved it and rolled with that. So Etsy, Pinterest, both of those are great. Any questions on profile/posting? Unfollow apps for Android. Okay. I don't know. I did find one app. I don't know if I have an iPhone, so you'll have to look for me and see if you find it on Android. Let me pull it back up. Okay. So it's called Trendly. And so basically the unfollow apps like we knew before have all been blocked. So what this app does is you can organize your followers from like oldest and whatever, you can organize it, and it organizes the people of like who doesn't follow you back, and then it connects. You click on the person's name and it connects to actual Instagram for you to unfollow that person, and you go back to the app and then you click on the next person's name and it connects to your Instagram. So it's called Trendly. I'll type it in the chat. Ash, you'll have to look to see if it's for Androids or not. I have it for an iPhone. It takes a little bit longer. How do you type with the chat? At the bottom of the screen, there's a little chat button, and you should be able to see it and bring it up to the side and chat. Anyways, so but that Trendly app takes a little bit longer to unfollow, but it gets the job done. So, do you see it? The chat button? Oh, that's cool. Anyone else just see Maddie spit up on my pants? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to continue on. Okay, so engaging. Someone was asking me about engaging. So with Instagram, the easiest way to engage. So I don't know about you guys, but I suck at engaging. And scrolling through people's feeds and my Instagram timeline feed is very monotonous and makes my head hurt. So I actually saw this tip, but engage through, okay, awesome. So I found this tip where you engage through stories. So watching people's stories and then replying to something in their stories actually, it's great for engagement for them, but then the more you're in people's inboxes and you have a conversation in Messenger, your stuff is going to pop up on their timeline. So engaging through stories is huge. So just like in the morning and before bed, 5 to 10 minutes clicking through stories and replying to people's stories is huge for engagement, and I think even more so than just replying to posts. So, and plus, like being in their inbox, you're also creating that relationship. So then if you come back and ask someone to do like a host a post or be a customer, a distributor for you, whatever, you've already had that, like message of like relationship of you saying, hey, like that's a really cute shirt, or oh my God, your daughter's so cute, like whatever it is. And you already created that relationship. And so then they're more likely to do a post for you or whatever it is. So engaging is super important, and that's also a way like to get like if you like you aren't getting a lot of likes on your post, engaging is a way to increase that. Okay, so any questions on that? Any questions on anything else so far? Okay, I'm going to go on. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. So, okay, expanding. So if you are under 10,000 followers, which I think is like, I don't know if anyone is over 10,000, so probably everyone, you want your profile to be on private. It is the quickest way and easiest way to expand. Once you get 10,000, going public is easier, but before 10,000, you want your Instagram to be on private. So here's how I have been expanding. My goal is to hit 10,000 followers by this year. I would ideally like it to be this summer, but I have my dream board just like by this year. So we're saying in like the chats with like the push chats, following 100 on Instagram. If you are seriously wanting to expand your Instagram quickly, you need to be following more like 150 to 200 a day. But the way I'm about to tell you to do it, it doesn't take that long, and that number isn't as scary as it seems. So I start in the morning by adding 100 people from something. If there's like a page, like an influencer or YouTuber or blogger or whatever that I really like, or just Instagram person that I have found that gets like 100 plus likes on the pictures, go and add from their friends. I only add girls. That's just what I'm comfortable with. You do you in that area. But I'll add 100 people in the morning with that. You could also search for different group types. So I follow a couple hashtags. So you can search hashtags like girl mom or boy mom or dog mom or fit mom, or mom things are coming in my head because I'm a mom, but whatever like relates to you, you can like search it, and then people will pop up and posts will pop up, and you can follow from there. You can also follow from sponsored ads. They pop up on Instagram too. Boutiques are another one. There's a couple big boutiques that I like, which fun fact, I was searching through boutique today to follow people this morning, and Cheyenne Knox liked the post that I was searching through, so that was kind of cool. But anyways, so follow people just through different examples like that. And so then I followed about 100 people this morning. And so then before bed, I have gotten, let's see how many people I've gotten back. I usually get about 10 to 15% added me back. So I have 17 in my follow requests. So then before bed, I'll go through those 17 and I'll weed out any guys, and I'll delete the people that are selling something. Is that so? I'll delete the people that are selling something or any guys or people that look sketchy. And then the rest of the people I'll go through and I'll accept. But when I accept the request, I'll go to their one or their first couple most recent posts, and I'll add, like, depending on their network, like 5 to 10 to 15 of their followers that liked their posts. So then after I get through, I mean, you know, let's say I follow 10 people, like from 10 people, I accept 10 requests and then follow 10 of their friends that like their stuff. That's 100 people. And right now I have 17. So if I do that, it doesn't end up being about 10 per person, but it averages out to about 10. So, I mean, that's 170 people just by accepting those requests. And so then I do the same, like, cycle the next day and go on like that. And so that is it really. So, like, you can add 200 people or plus a day, like, super easily and quickly with doing that. And then, okay, so I told you this was going to circle back. So circling back, how to keep followers. Well, if they go to your profile and they see a bunch of dark pictures, if they see spammy stuff, if they say something in your profile that says boss babe or it works or anything like that, I guarantee you they will not say your friend because they don't want to be sold to. That is not a good first impression, which is why I think you have to keep a profile clean and just reflecting you and who you are as a person, and nice and pretty, and it's your storefront, so be proud of it and be creative with it. But ultimately, it just needs to reflect who you are as a person, and the right people who will follow you and stay following you. Also, Jocelyn Yates had a tip where if you accept requests late at night, most of the time people the next day will forget to go back and check your profile, so then they'll just stay following you because they don't think about it because they're not on late at night, they're already asleep. So that's another tip, is if, like, when you're accepting requests to do it late at night, which is why I said before bed. But yeah, it all circles back to making sure your profile. I have cleaned up my profile several times. I will say, when I first started this business, my Instagram profile was not good and not pretty, and I was the definition of this ShamWow guy, and I was doing, like, everything wrong. So we all start. I did not start in, like, knowing any of this, and then I just developed and grew and figured it out, and I have cleaned up and changed up my profile so many times even since then. I recently just kind of downloaded some more presets and redid my highlight covers and changed my bio a little bit and all of that jazz. I recently just did it again because I got tired and bored of what it was before. 2 a.m. I change it, but it's fine. Just constantly updating it to reflect me, and because we constantly are growing and changing, so my Instagram is constantly growing and changing. So if you have any questions or need any help with updating that, or, like, working with that, feel free to message me and, like, send me screenshots, and I will be more than happy to help you with that. Does anybody have any questions over anything that I have said so far? I will say, since like only posting 3 times a week and, you know, cleaning up my profile and being active on my stories daily throughout the entire day, my host posts this month haven't been as great as I want them to, but I still have as many potentials as I would, if not more, because people are interacting with my posts and are interacting with my stories. And I'm getting people commenting on my stuff and messaging me through my stories and messaging me from seeing my posts. That wasn't happening a couple months ago. So since doing this, and it's not going to be an overnight switch, but if you're consistent with it and consistent with what you decide to do, you will see a switch, and it will be a huge change for you guys. So any questions or anything? Does everybody understand anything? Did I talk too fast? I have a tendency to do that. I apologize if I did. My daughter's going to eat my shoulder. Cassie, if you have any comments on anything. Cassie loves it. All right, guys. I think we're probably good. No one has any questions, I will end the recording. I'm sure Cassie will upload it. Hi, McKenna. Hi, McKenna. I will, I'm sure Cassie will upload it to the team page / YouTube. Maybe both, maybe one of the above. I don't know, but we'll get it somewhere for people to watch the replay for those who weren't on. I don't know what is going on with my daughter. And I will talk to you guys later.